I don't know why this camera thing changed up. It used to be a little bit further zoomed out. Right there. Alright, so long. Check the feed over. Alright, we're here, brothers, here from GmsTampa Bay. We want to first and foremost give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakodash. Make sure the audio is good. Yes, good. Alright, kind. So, we just want to go in, on this article, going into the times that we live in, man, and how Esau is quickly, getting to his end goal, okay, which is going to be the charagma, all right, the MLTV, okay, which this is the time. Is it skipping or is that just the TV that is doing that?
No, I'm good.
Alright, come. Alright, well, if a brother wants to get Baba Gashar real quick, Habakkuk chapter 2, Baba Gashar, and then we'll go into this article a little bit and then we'll get some precepts, as the Spirit allows. Because what Esau is doing, man, is, this is plainly seen by the prophets of the Lord. Alright, we're clearly seeing what the path is that Esau is trying to bring forth. Also, if a brother wants to hold on deck, Daniel's cause craft to prosper. All right, because Esau is pushing out these so-called agendas. And I'm gonna use that word agenda instead of saying what Esau uses the M word. But Esau is using these agendas to bring about his point. Okay, which his point is to take over the whole earth, have you in subjection. All right, you be a servant unto him, and you just do everything that he tells you to do. And if you don't, you terminate it. Just as of the Most High, if brother wants to hold that on deck. 2 Thessalonians, you say that that's the Most High. Okay, get that Habakkuk book, Bashar.
Where are you going to start at?
Verse 2. Yeah.
It's Habakkuk 2, verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak."
Yeah, and then we get into the end. How do we know we at the end? Because you've seen the uproars of the people, or earthquakes in diverse places, and the Heavenly Father it has set up that standard, the measuring stick, and gave him the understanding to his men. And we know that through prophecy, Esau, Edom will be in rulership at the end times. Okay, and that's exactly what we see happening. All right, go ahead.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
And it's speaking, man. These prophecies are speaking as we continue to progress every day, man. You're seeing prophecies come to pass. All right, all these agendas being pushed out there. All right, the riots. All right, rumors of wars. Okay, all these things are those visions that the prophets of old once saw and wrote down. They're now speaking, and they're not lying because it's shown, as Ezekiel 33 and 33 says. Then, when these things come to pass, and lo, they will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been in the midst of them, man. Okay, you got a little bit more on that.
Yeah, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
And it will not tarry, man. And Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. Or Salaki, a little bit further down, verse 20-something, it tells you that for the elect's sake, the days shall be shortened. Okay, I believe verse 22. All right, so the times are speeding up as we get closer to the coming of the day of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, that's why we seen, hey, it's December already, man. November came and went like that, man. Same thing with October. Came and went just like that. We're already at the end of this of the year of 2021, man. And guess what? It's just beginning. They call it, the Spirit has been on the apostles and people outside this truth to say the winter is coming. Okay? A dark winter. You had Operation Dark Winter. Spirit's been heavy on to bringing that back up, man. All right, which was something that was done before 9/11. All right, a whole drill that Esau was having in preparations, and then look what happened after that, man. 9/11. 2001, you know. So it is about to come, and this time it's not going to be a drill, man. It's not going to be a practice run for Esau because he's had the wheels in motion. Okay.
Yep, all the Jade Helm 15s, you know, doing actual military drills like Operation Dark Winter in actual urban areas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a simulation of being in your cities. You know, videos of actual tanks. You know, and the military, according to the region of the world that they're being deployed to, if it's in the desert, is more like the light brown, the tan tanks, and the the camouflage, the tan camouflage. If they go into a forest, like when they went to Vietnam, it was more the dark green colors, camouflage. But the military vehicles that's being seen on all these trains are more like dark colors, like like more like dark blue, black type. Why? Because they're gonna be within these urban areas, roaming, your streets,
See that, James?
It's the book of Daniel 8:25. It says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
And let me get that word craft there. That's Daniel's word. Get text. Well, you got to get the context, okay? Right? Is the Marma, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Marma, and it says deceit, treachery, man. So Esau is causing his deceit, okay, which is what his whole purpose on the earth is to do. It tells you that in the book of Revelation, chapter 20. Okay, that he shall be let loose a little season. All right, he to deceive the world, man. Okay, and it tells you that what is that in Revelation going into the Charagma, which is what we're gonna get into. That he called let me get it. Revelation 19 and 20. It says, "And the beast." This is Revelation 19 and 20. "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image," man. So you're going to be deceived into getting it, which is what Esau is causing to prosper, man. All right, go ahead and get that now back in Daniel.
Going back in Daniel 8:25 at the top, it says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Right, and this is what Esau is doing, man, through the whole idea of being safe. This is how he's destroying a lot of you Israelites, man. Okay, through his crafty, through his deceitfulness, through his policies that he's pushing out there. Okay, he's causing a lot of you to die, man. And you've seen it all over the TV. It's now coming out where even higher ups, I'm not going to say their names, starts with an F and the BG. All right, that's saying that it's failing, man. That their venom isn't really working. Because they have no other choice but to say these things, because the next latest and greatest policies, devices, okay, is getting ready to come out. Yes, something you want to add? Kind of. So Esau's been having these things happen in succession. Oh, this happened. Oh, well, here's the solution. That didn't work. Oh, then now it's this. Oh, well, here's and all of it has failed, man. So that at the end of these things, which is through the Spirit, that now this latest and greatest thing out there is the Omni-Man, which we know that when you go into that Omnicron, which is what they call it, is going into it goes into Omega, the Greek alphabet, which is the last letter of the alphabet, man. So hey, Lord's will, this is the last thing before the Charagma comes. Okay, brother, let's get into this article, and then hold that 2 Thessalonians, and brother get that Revelation 13, and then whatever other precepts come to mind. So this is an article of RT, and it came out today, and it's called EU chief, and it's a quote, time to think about mandatory activations. Okay? So it says, and I'm not going to read a whole lot. There's not a whole lot to this article, but just going to read bits and pieces. It says European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen has urged countries within the European Union, which we know you should know what the European Union is. The EU is a part of that beast. Okay? It's spoken of in Revelation chapter 17. All right, the dragon having 7 heads and 10 horns. The 10 horns of the NATO EU nations, man. Okay? So it says within the European Union to think about mandatory Crown Victoria 2019 Model Edition activations for citizens as the bloc prepares a common approach against the pandemic. So they're pushing these things out there like this is just another day in the park. Like, look, you guys are already used to this. This is just the next common thing. It's like you going to the Walgreens to get your flu shot. All right, it's no different. Just go ahead and do this, okay? But now this is gonna be pushed out as mandatory, which it's not gonna be when the Quran comes out. It's not gonna be a thing of mandatory. It's gonna be forced upon you, which is why the scriptures say that he deceived many, deceived them into gain. Because you're gonna think that look, if for me to survive, I gotta get this thing. When all you have to have is faith and trust in the Heavenly Father, okay? But it says. Speaking at a news conference, the European Commission chief suggested that member states should move towards compulsory activation to help prevent the spread of cases and another spike in infections due to the emergence of new variants such as the Omni-Man strain. Okay? So, Esau again using his fear tactics, which is how he's causing his craft to prosper. All right, through the deceit of fear, okay, he's causing these things to come upon the earth. All right.
The definition, real quick, to back you up. The word coerce or coerce, it means persuade and has in parentheses an unwilling person to do something by using force or threats. So persuasion is by that fear, which is blessing his sword. Saying he's going to take certain things away from you, he's going to throw you in prison, he's going to pretty much, take your livelihoods away if you don't worship after me. So he's, it's not physically gonna grab you and do it. He's gonna persuade you by deceiving you. And ultimately, you be having fear of man. You loving your life. You're gonna choose, his ways.
And that's another way that he's doing these things, man. Is that fear of losing things. Esau's pushing out these fines, man. A reoccurring monthly fine of $113 a month, man. If you're over 60, this is for people over 60 in Greece. You over 60, you're getting charged $113 a month for not getting with the program.
Yeah. This man is the devil, man. You want me to get that Thessalonians?
Yeah, go for sure.
Yeah, this man's the devil, like the elder from LA posted that video. This is premeditated murder, man. Pushing it on the senior citizens. Esau, man. This system. This is the man of sin, man. Okay, and here it is. He's at his last few moments that he got within his kingdom, and you finna see who he really is. We've been out there warning you, pleading you, man, and everybody should have in their mind like, yo, we did all we could do for our people, man. Those that will listen was out on the highways and byways, looking like fools. Week after week after week, prophesying unto you, and now this man he's gonna come down with the wrath, and we did all we could do to warn you people, man. So we in these last calls, man. Wake up now before it's too late. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse 5. Remember ye not, yes, scriptures we brought out so many times, because this is a time that we're in. This man is coming down with great wrath. What part of that don't you people understand, man? You know? It says, remember ye not, you got it, bro, that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. And now ye know that withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time.
And he's being revealed in his time. You know, a precept that just popped in mind while the brother was speaking is that Nahum chapter 3. The skirt is being lifted up. Now it's being shown who this man is and what his agenda is. It's just the majority of our people are blind to it. They're being led by the blind of our people, the leaders that Esau has allowed to be set up out here, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says that he might be revealed in his time, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work.
The mystery of iniquity doth already work, because at that time period, all right, the Roman Empire was established, man. So the mystery of iniquity was talking about them Edomites. Okay, and guess what? They are in they're what? That's already work. Esau's already in work, man. He's been working again since the Renaissance period, man, which means what? The rebirth. Everybody should know what Renaissance means at this point. They force it down your throats in your schools, man. So Esau came back into power, man. His system was born again. His agenda was refurbished. It was brought back to life, man. And now we're getting to the end of this thing, to where he thinks his belly is about to be made full. Okay? Go ahead.
Got a quick precept. Revelation 6 and 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
Right, and the brother read in that Daniel's, all right, about that he shall cause many to die through the peace. Just read that last part real quick, okay? Because he's wrapped it up. He put the nice little bow on it and told you it was peace, but inside was nothing but death. Okay, go ahead.
Come on, this is the book of Daniel 8:25 again. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace.
Right, he's magnifying himself in his heart, which is what the brother's getting, man. The devil has been allowed to run rampant for so long that he's gone to believe down in his mind that he's the man. He's the one that orchestrates all the things that are being done on the earth. He can tell you when it's going to rain. He can make it rain. He can cause earthquakes to happen. He can create children. Okay? You got men now having kids, man. He can bring forth so-called life. Okay? He can bring forth so-called food. He's magnified himself, and his pride has deceived him, man. Finish that off, and then this brother get it back.
It reads on. It says, and by peace shall destroy many.
By peace shall destroy many, and that's the point, man. Through peace he shall destroy many. Now read that again, Brother Deshaun.
Yep. Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And that's why he's destroying many through peace, because what he's actually giving you is not peace. And a lot of y'all are falling to a ditch. He's telling you, yeah, go walk down that street, and you're gonna find, your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and he's laid nothing but landmines all down the path, man. So you walking down there, and next thing you know, you saying shalom. You in a spiritual realm. Go ahead.
Damn. It says, to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
And that was Esau's blessing, man, is that sword.
Yep.
Going all the way back to the book of Genesis, when he was crying like a little bitch. What was that, chapter 30 or 28? Where he bless me, even me, my father. Had thou but one blessing?
Yeah.
And Isaac, being an old man, he blessed his firstborn. And what did he give him? The sword and the fatness of the earth. And that's exactly what Esau has been living with. He's got the whole earth. The earth is given unto the hand of the wicked, and he's been ruling the earth with the sword, his blessing, man.
Yeah. The Lord has given him the knowledge and wisdom of weaponry. You know, he has the most.
Two-ball king.
Yeah, he has the most advanced weapons there is. You know, the Lord has bestowed that wisdom of weaponry upon Esau, Edom. That was his blessing.
That
you know,
whole lineage.
Yep.
Going all the way back to King.
Because if you know, King David, well, he had a sling. You know, that was a weapon, but that's old technology, basic, you know, trajectories. Right. You know, now Esau has mastered the you know, weapon of trajectory. Now he has rockets that can be projected, ICBMs that can be projected from one end of the earth to another. It's still the same concept of being projectiles. His guns that's a projectile. You know, it's projected by gunpowder. So the Lord has gave this man the wisdom. It just the far exceed anyone else of weaponry, man. You know, and that's how he take peace from the earth. You know, with his weapons, his violence. You know, it's scripture speak about had pretty much disturbed those that were at peace, man. You know, this man came with that great sword and just in his deception, you know, right along, and going into that weaponry, this man has bioweapons, man. That's exactly what we're dealing with when we go into these you say call it activations, the Omni-Man. All right. Those are all bioweapons. You know, this man is superior. You know, that's the blessing that the Lord, or that great sword that the Lord has bestowed upon Esau, man. You know, that was it in Revelation 6. We can go back to Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians 2, verse I'll read 7. It says, "For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way."
Which is the Most High. He's the one who's letting this devil have his way. And it was prophesied that he would be let loose a little season. Okay? Until the Lord came and took him up out of the way. Okay? Go ahead.
"And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth."
Yep. And the Lord is consuming this devil with the spirit of his mouth through his prophets. Out here revealing him. Breaking down strongholds. Okay?
It says, "And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming."
And destroy with the brightness of his coming, man. You know? Because the Lord is getting ready to come and establish the kingdom of heaven on earth and destroy everything that this devil has built. Okay? All these generations of Esau building all the, mounting up all his wealth, you know, taking over nations, heaping onto himself the nations. All that's getting ready to be took from him in an hour. Okay? You got more on that?
One last verse. It says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders."
Yep. And that's Esau, man. That's Esau, Edom. And he's being established. Going back to that Daniel 5, the way he's magnified himself, man. Okay? Upon the earth.
I got one piece. It's the book of Jeremiah 49, and just straight to the point, verse 16. All right, how this man magnifies himself. Jeremiah 49:16. It says, "Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord Yahweh." Okay, so this is a time that we're seeing that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is making these things into fruition. He's using this devil, all right, ultimately to bring him down to his own demise. Okay, you see, you got the prophets around the highways and hedges, as the brother was going into how by the spirit of his mouth is basically consuming this devil, and it's also these other Edomites out here condemning him as well. I got one quick precept to that. In the book of Job 15, and verse 5, it says, "For thy mouth uttereth thine iniquity, and thou choosest the tongue of the crafty. Thine own mouth condemneth thee, and not I." And that's going into what? These other Edomites as well. All right, going into all the different things of what he's going into, all his different agendas. All right, his whole NWO. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is using these devils to also consume him as well, and he's also using his prophets. It says, "Yea, thine own lips testify against thee." So, hey, it's his own people coming up against him. And you can see that the Lord has his spirit out here on the earth, all right, revealing who this devil is. All right, all his works, all the things of his iniquities, all his devised plans. But all these things are going to be put down to naught. As we just read in Jeremiah 49:16, how the Lord said he's going to bring him down. So these are the times that we see that the Lord is getting ready to bring this damn devil down. All right, another brother got it.
Yeah, and you go into how, ultimately, it says, you read in Jeremiah how, his terribleness had deceived them. He's drunk off his own juice. Like the saying goes, you're not supposed to get hot if you don't supply. We go into economics, it's called the law of supply and demand. So when you're selling something, you're not supposed to eat what you're giving off. You try to sell it to people. That's him. It says, was it Nahum who said the nation through his whoredom, if you're paraphrasing, the mother of witchcrafts. So again, going into him, his terribleness, going into his pride, he got drunk off his own juice, and that's why he's telling himself his own people are tired of dealing with him, because again, the Lord's ultimately confounding him, because through the weak things, the base things, which is us, considered, the prophets, But I got something real quick. This is Isaiah 34 and verse 16. Isaiah 34 verse 16, it says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate." And I'll keep you the precept, but seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. That's why Revelation 1st chapter, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep the things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So going into Peter's, but we have a more sure word of prophecy. The greatest gift is prophecy. So us being able to understand these things and really to, being spiritual weathermen, be able to dissect and, give that diligence, studying to show ourselves approved, is also going to our faith, because we're coming to the end of that course, being the end of this whole setup, us being tried and refined, and ultimately have to go through Jacob's trouble. These things are coming to pass, as we read early in Habakkuk, it's going to speak for itself. So that time of going to that famine of word, it's just going to be us and what we have, which is just truth, I'll finish here. Isaiah 34 verse 16. It says, "See ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none shall want her mate." So the other books out here, the other things that people promote. You got the worldly Christianity, it talks about a rapture and everybody's included in the Lord being for everybody, And there's no prophecies in these other books. The Book of the Dead, concerning the times we're in, anything that's profitable unto salvation. We just talk about make us wise unto salvation, and that's why it goes into the fear of the Lord, But none shall want to make, because these books out there, that nothing can be made with the scriptures. Things can complement the scriptures, but the word of the Lord is the foundation, But I finished precepting because God says, "From my mouth it hath commanded, and His Spirit hath gathered them, and the Spirit of the Lord is what gathered us." Us hearing the words, which say faith comes by hearing. So a lot, going into it doesn't pass them down. They believe without seeing a lot of these things, coming to fruition and seeing the exact details, as we talk about. We see through a glass darkly. We prophesy in part, we know in part. But that which is part cometh, that which is perfect is come, the part will be done away with, roughly paraphrasing. Because, again, as we read in Habakkuk speaking for itself, that's how it's playing out. Going into this man, doing this bioterrorism, he's using this to get a little closer, being the snake that he is, to really what he wants to do is ship everybody,
And that's what we've been saying here for the longest time, coming down from the apostles on down. We were telling people about this charagma, this mark that was to come. We might have not known fully how it was going to be pushed out there. We didn't know, certain details, but now we starting to see, now that glass that was darkened, that was foggy, We done wiped it off so many times, and now we actually seeing it, man. You know.
That he's using the infrastructure of his medical system,
Which is his miracle.
yeah, to establish his new world order agenda. Like the brother said, which is to give everyone a mark. You know, lie. You know, created his mass deception. You know, and to fooling the world that there's something out there. And that you all, hey, this is the solution to the problem, as we always going to order out of chaos. You know, he's creating the chaos to bring forth his order, hence the new world order. You know, this man uses the same tactics over and over and over again, and what he's doing is getting you people familiar or comfortable with just getting stuck up with whatever, to the point where now when this come up, like I forgot who said it, I might have been repeating somebody said, but like when it's get ready for a mass chipping, you just go along with it.
Because that's what the wolf does. You know, the wolf wants to get familiar. You know, try to make some relationship to get close enough, and then it's gonna bite you, eat you.
Yeah.
The thing about was the big bad wolf, or what's the story when the wolf acted like it was a grandma?
What's this?
Hansel and
Gretel? Was it?
No, it was the
Little Red Robin Hood.
Little Red Robin Hood.
Something like that.
Yeah, that was with the wolf.
My grandma, what big teeth you have?
Yeah.
That's Esau, bro. Cross dressing and shit.
Yeah.
That's Esau.
A wolf, man. You know, in sheep's clothing. He come. Hey, somebody want to get that? Nobody got nothing. What it is? He spake as a lamb.
Revelation.
Oh, I got it right here.
Oh,
Spirit.
okay.
I was looking
Spirit,
for it.
bro. Spirit.
This is
You got it, bro.
This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb." You know, going into the Republican and Democrats, which back during the time of the Romans, it was the plebeians and the patricians. It says, "And had two horns like a lamb." All right, because he, you know, a lamb, you know, they're very delicate creatures, you know. So the way that this man speaks with these two horns, you know, the Republican and Democrats, they coming at you like they're trying to help you out, like they're very humble, okay. And it says, and he spake as a dragon, okay, which is going into his draconian laws, okay. Which you go into, you know, you go break it down to the word dragon, you know, eventually gets to Dracon, okay, which there was a man named Draco.
You Jake should know about that.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's all Jake talk about is a Draco, man.
Right.
You know?
But this man was pushing out severe punishments for little petty crimes, man. So you basically, for to put it in terms you can understand, if you jaywalked, you getting hanged, you know? If you forgot to pay your phone bill, they come down and killing you, man. Killing your mama and your kids, you know? It was things like that. So this is how this man is speaking, which is, again, what's happening now. Oh, you can't work. Oh, you can't travel. Oh, we're going to find you. Or we can even arrest you. That's what it's going to get to, man.
I got a word for you, what you're going into, another word for draconian, synonym, totalitarian.
Right.
That's what you hear people, these whistleblowers, these so-called truth speakers, they speak about, oh, we're going into a whole tyranny, a totalitarianism, you know, type. So totalitarian, relating to a system of government that is centralized and dictatorial and requires complete subservience to the state.
Complete subservience, because it goes on to tell you that in later verses. But real quick, verse 12, and he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, because the first beast was what? The Roman Empire itself. And it's exercising the power of that beast because what? You got that NATO EU nations through the military, because that's how Rome was able to conquer so many nations. Okay, so much of the known world at that time was because of their military power, man. And it's the same thing that this new beast, another beast, speaking of in Revelation, which is being spearheaded through America, the whore that rideth upon the beast, okay, is is being used to grow its empire through the NATO EU nations and their military strengths, because they all combine themselves together to be a so-called allied force, and they go around conquering the nations, telling you what you can and what you can't do. Which I just seen an article today entitled Russia, roughly paraphrasing, Russia exposes America's weakness. Showing, basically speaking about America, they don't really have that much power anymore. They're losing their power because all they can do is put sanctions on people. That's what they resort to. Because they can no longer go into a nation and be like, look, this is what we're gonna do, and if you don't do it, we're gonna throw you, we're gonna overthrow you, man. They ain't no longer doing that no more, because they know that the nations that once were weak are becoming strong. Okay, and you everyday Americans, you see this too, man. This is why y'all gonna be in that spirit of sedition. Because you're gonna be like, look, the government ain't worth a damn. They're not doing nothing. We're gonna rebel. We're gonna take matter into our own hands.
Yep. And they did that on this one clip. It was an old clip, but it's pretty much saying how everything is happening now. Is like, and by now we'll be at the stage where everybody has lost all hope in government. They don't trust it. It's, man, look, the whole thing with Joe Biden going into that precept, the one horn, the left horn and the right horn, all right. That was all staged to get you to distrust the government, man.
Right.
He stole the election. All that sowed that seed of distrust in your hearts. So now you like, man, F this. F that, man, to create more of a seditious environment. That way you can fulfill prophecy and be seditious. They want you to be seditious. So that gives them all the more reasons to send in troops and to send in that force to take you out, man. So it's all a stage, man, to get you to, man, Esau is doing a whole psychological warfare on you people, and he's getting the job done well, man.
Just to finish off 13 and 14, it says, and he doth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and he does that through his missiles, man. All right, and that, hey, after World War II, the nations were like, whoa. We're gonna have to do what this man says, because he just nuked the whole place, 2 places, and everything is obliterated. So we're gonna have to lay down. We're gonna have to lay low for a while. It says, verse 14, and this is the point: and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Okay, and a part of those miracles as well as this medical industry, man, has saving lives. Pushing out these so-called cures. Okay? And it says, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live, man. So this is what they're getting ready to push, is this one world. When Biden, when he became president and he did a speech, he said that we need to come together as one. Same thing that they did in the Tower of Babel, man. And we saw the end of that. All right? And it's going to be no different in these last days, man. Because what they did, why did they create that tower? Why were they creating that Tower of Babel? So that they could escape the judgment of the Lord. But it's not going to happen. And it didn't work then, it's not going to work now. You got something else?
Yeah, I got you got it. No, I got a quick word what you brothers was going into. This is psychological conditioning. And this is what Esau Edom he's actually doing, all right? He's playing on the minds of the people by using what? This fear. So it says conditioning in behavioral psychology is a theory that the reaction response to an object or event, the stimulus, by a person or animal that can be modified by learning. And this is what Esau Edom is doing. He's trying to teach the people to basically to gear themselves towards the MOTB. This is by the way of him using the fear, him using this whole, the new comfort variant, that as well.
Peace and comfort.
And the peace and comfort. And he's pushing all this towards to get the people to be geared towards this MOTB. And he's using it, and he's using his laws, his policies, he's using all these things to get the people ready for it.
Kind of, you know, a good way to put it is, you know, you feed a cat. You know, you leave food out for a cat. He comes, he smells the tuna, he eats the tuna, he likes the tuna, he leaves. You know, a couple days might go by. You leave, you keep leaving that tuna. One day he comes back again. Now he's coming every 2 days. Eventually he's gonna come every day. And eventually he's gonna be there 3 times a day. Then you take that tuna away, and guess what? That cat's still gonna come. That's what Esau is doing with y'all. He's been plumping y'all up, putting bass in your ass. He put the apple in your mouth, and now he's getting ready to roast you. You've been thinking you've been living it up, but you're getting ready to be burnt up and sacrificed for his agenda, man. You know?
Yeah, because hey, that's what he do. You know, oh, this man care about me, feeding me. Like the brother say, he's getting you good and fat. You know, he want his turkey plump. Oh man. Let me get that precept for the brother real quick. Because that brother was going into that dependency. Okay. Isaiah 10 and 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel in truth. You know, so we ain't gonna stay upon it. You know, we used to have to go to Esau for wanting all things, and you know, but the Lord has been weaning us off that cat. I'm gonna go back to the analogy the brother used. The Lord has been leading us off that tuna that Esau has been setting there. Cause Esau, cause bro, this is the thing, bro. The brother, the brother made a great analogy because Esau would always leave that food out, that tuna out, and then he wondered like, damn, what happened to the cat? Day by day, he starts seeing the cat less and less and less.
All this tuna I'm buying, I'm
he ain't want it. He ain't getting it. You know, so it's like reversal with the elect. Like, damn, man, these niggas used to listen to everything I say, eat up everything. Everything I used to put out, they used to eat it up. Then I'm seeing less and less and less. So hold on. He you know, that was a hunting tactic. Now he just finna load up the gun and go hunting because he's like, what happened to the cat? You know, he gonna look for you, man. You ain't king.
You know. Yeah, it's like real quick, and all the other cats in the neighborhood, they looking at you now like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah. Think it's strange that you run out with it, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the was it Revelation 12th chapter? How it says the dragon was brought with the woman. You know, because it is prophecy you just read how we had to stay on Esau, that we ran in the wilderness and was a place prepared for us for this devil to feed us for 1,000 and some 300 years, something like that, you know. But again, we're not as far as that time fulfilled. That's up, you know. We're staying upon the Lord, you know, because that's our food, that's our water, that's our shelter, that's our protection, you know. But we don't stay on Esau no more because now's the time for us to get out of here. That's why I should say it's not a place, this is not our rest, you know. We're supposed to come out of this place because now's the time for us to go, you know.
I got you real quick. Just back you up. St. Matthew's 4, you got it. And 4. It says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Yeah, that's how we've been nourished, you know. We've been washed, we've been cleansed, you know, giving back health because by the physician, which is Yahweh Shai, you know, giving us the words of life, you know. Of course, you know, going into, we have to feed ourselves, but, you know, that's why ultimately we're supposed to feed our spirit first. You know, walk in the spirit that will fulfill the lust of the flesh, because, you know, that time we're coming into, we're not going to be able to rely on, you know, these everyday luxuries we had, you know, going on, cutting the lights on, and, you know, locking your door and feeling, you know, cool, safe, you know. We're going to be out there being as pilgrims, you know. So as going into living off those words, it's our hope, you know, that the Lord's going to take care of us. So we're going to stand on His word, saying, well, He's going to feed us, He's going to protect us. And we're going to see that, you know, the Lord's going to confirm our faith, you know, showing us signs and things that, you know, like you say, well, we say now, when we see 144, it's a sign the Lord's dealing with you, you know. He can't, you know, I'm not going to say this because you see 144 being the elect, but it's just a spiritual sign. That's the communication, Lord saying, I'm with you. So when we're out there we're out there enduring, the Lord's going to show them signs like we was in the wilderness. We had the chariots over us, you know, the Lord, you know, communing with us, saying, you do this, do that, having dreams, You know, we're gonna see that it's gonna amplify this time now because we need the Lord more than ever. Our people need the Lord more than ever. Just talk about time like no other. We need the Lord more than ever, you know, and He's gonna show those that still sticking for Him, you know, the reward and benefit of trusting in Him. You know, and that's why we're gonna be envious and like, man, these niggas this and that, you know, but because we believe in the Lord, and that's it. We have faith in Him, Pastor Shine.
Kwame, you have something?
Yeah, just real quick precept. Psalm 73 and verse 20. It says, Psalm 73 and verse 20. Hey, matter of fact, I just started up a little bit. Verse 18. It says, verse 17 says, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction. How are they brought into desolation as in a moment? They are utterly consumed with terrors. All right, verse 20, it says, as a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image. All right, and that's what Yahweh Shem Yahshua is getting ready to do, man. Okay, and this is why the scriptures say, you know, thou thoughtest that I was altogether with thee. All right, thou fool, I would, you know, set them in order before thine eyes, man, because the Lord is getting ready to show this devil that the whole time. Okay, verily thou is a power that hideth thyself, man. Okay, the Lord was pretty much just fulfilling His word, man. Okay, the Lord don't move on you devil's time. The Lord move when His word is coming to pass, and all this time. Okay, the scriptures say yet a little while. Okay. So the Lord is allowing these prophecies to come to pass, okay, as far as the elect waking up, okay, the brothers out there on the four corners of the earth standing stiffly for the reins of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, okay, you to do your wickedness, man. Okay, so all these things is coming to pass, but the scripture said, again, I read this again, Psalm 73 and verse 20. I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says, when you arise, O Lord, you will laugh at their silly ideas.
Khan, the water, real quick, Baba Shah. I'm glad you reread that. Imagination. Because I was like, that word images, you know, imagination. You know, the faculty or action of forming new ideas or images or concepts of external objects not present to the senses. So, you know, that's ultimately what is going on. He's going to despise their imaginations, man. You know, their ideas, which is, as we going into this whole new orders agenda, the MOTB. But you got it.
Yeah, I got a saying, or I guess the definition here says slippery slope. And it says a tricky, precautious situation, especially one that leads gradually but exuberantly to disaster. You know, so every step this man takes, he's getting closer and closer to a step that's going to make him ultimately fall straight down. You know, it says, here says a train of events that once initiated cannot be halted, and that's prophecy. You know, I'll read again. It says a chain of events, a slippery slope, a chain of events that once initiated cannot be halted, especially one in which the final outcome is undesirable or precarious. You know, so that's why Revelation 12 and 12 says he's going to come down with that great wrath. Only have but a short time. So every step he takes, you know, ultimately when he puts that chip out, that's going to be his ultimate downfall. There's no going back from that. Once this man makes the chip mandatory, it's it. You know, World War III is going to pop off, and ultimately destruction coming, and missiles blowing this place up, and like being delivered and beamed up. You know, so it's different places. Again, it's prophecy is not in his favor, but it's in favor for us to be part of it.
I got some just real quick. Job 5 and 10. Who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the fields, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety, man. Okay, and this is, you know, pretty much going into what we're talking about. And this is why Yahweh Shai said, okay, when you see these things come to pass, to lift up your head, because your redemption is drawing nigh, man. So the Lord is backing the brother up. Okay, you know, the Lord is showing us these things are taking place across the four corners of the earth, because this is working in our favor, man. Okay, this is showing that what the scripture say, the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy, man. Okay, this is showing that the Lord exists. Okay, the prophecies are a witness of his existence, man. Okay, and by this man moving at the pace that he is moving at, it's showing that we almost the hell out of here, man. Okay, Because the Lord is getting ready to what? And the chain of events. The scriptures say the Lord created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So this man has to take every step to that ultimate step, going into Revelations 18 chapter, okay, of his sins reaching the heavens, so the Most High can jack this man up, bro. And he is doing all this so that the nation of Israel, starting off with the elect, can be back in the rightful state, man, as the gods of the planet Earth, man. Okay. Verse 11, it says to set up on high those that be low. All right, which is the elect. It says that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. And what the scriptures say, what's that, 2 Peter's? Okay, vexed with the filthy conversations of the wicked man. Okay, delivered just like. Okay, all right. So why? Because we're in that vexed spirit, man. We're mourning constantly at the state of Jake. Okay, at the condition we living in, man. All right. Okay. Verse 12 it says he disappointed. Okay, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. In NLT, he frustrates the plans of schemers, so the work of their hands will not succeed, man. So the Lord Yahweh is frustrating these devils, man. That's why in Job, the 18th chapter, it speaks about terrors making this man afraid, man. Okay, all right. This man is not sleeping, all right, good at night. Why? Because every time we wake up, it's a new channel getting created, man. It's another Jake waking up to the fact that he's a Hebrew Israelite, man. Mm-hmm. It's somebody that he's had set up that sold out, proclaiming that they're Hebrew Israelite, man. Okay? So at the end of the day, this man is losing on all levels, man. The Lord is frustrating this man's plan. That his establishment of this chip, everybody know the RFID chip. Okay, you got bums like I ain't taking the chip, man. That's the mark of the beast. You know? So the Lord is, what is that showing? The spirit of the Lord is on the planet Earth, man. All right, verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong, man. All right, so the Lord is taking you devils in your own counsel, man. Okay, because what the scriptures say, the fool have said in his heart, there is no God. And once you headlong in the fact that there is no power, that's when you become proud, man. And so what? The Most High, like, all right, I got something for you, and you don't even know it. It's a huge ass ditch you about to fall into, man. A ditch that you weren't prepared for. The snare and the trap was laid in a way before you even came up with the fact that you didn't want to believe in the Most High, man. You see, the story of Jacob and Esau is already written. So your downfall is already written, man. The Lord is allowing these things to play out. So you have to come into your fruition of power so the Lord can jack your dumb ass up, man. You know? Brother Scott.
Come on, I got some. Going to Job 15, I'm going to start at verse 21. It says, a dreadful sound is in his ears, and in prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. So what's that dreadful sound? All right, that's the prophets on the highways and hedges. All right, we out here, we telling him that his downfall.
The bad news.
The bad news. We telling him everything that he's getting ready to suffer in these end days. All right, and then what? We got Yahweh coming, to take him and his crown and his whole system down. All right, his military, everything. It says, he believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited for of the sword. So as the brother was going into how, the snare basically being laid up for him, that's these ICBM missiles coming towards what? Esau, all right, in this wicked system. It says, he wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. So this is why you see him scrambling. He's trying to hurry up and move. All right, this is why it says in Revelation 12 and 12, what the brother brought out, that he knows that he has but a short time. So he's coming with that great wrath. But he knows that his day is at hand. Yeah. This is why you see him, he's moving. He's moving.
Hey, and another example too, where it says he's searching for bread. Yahweh Shai what said he's the bread of life. That bread representing food. So this man is looking for eternal. He's trying to yes, a substance of eternal life, bro. He like where he gotta come up with a scheme to try to escape. You know, he's trying to come up with a pseudo way of immortality, man. That's why we are actually living in a time where he's trying to merge man with computer. You know, this whole metaverse shit, man. You know, because you gotta
finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say because he's searching for bread, saying where is it? He's looking for that life.
Right.
But what? Why? Because he know that the day of judgment is at hand. He know that the destroyer is on his way. Once the prophets come on the scene, he gave a diligent search. He know once the prophets come on the scene, ain't no escaping that. He know that, bro. He know that.
To add on to what the brother was saying, Yahweh Shai said, man shall not live by bread alone, but by these words. And what Esau is giving you, him being the king of carnal, all he can offer you is something carnal. Carnal remedies. Like brother said, making you into robots, man. It's carnal shit, man.
Position of no value.
Yeah, position of no value, man. If he was truly a God, why couldn't he just eliminate all disease?
Right.
He can't do that without destroying you. Because he calls himself curing cancer, but he's destroying you at the same time when you do these chemotherapies, man. He's not only is he killing the cancer, he's killing your cells, your living good cells. Yeah. And it's everything that Esau does is he can't give you the bread of life. He can only give you what leads onto death.
Because he wasn't set up to do that.
You read it earlier. He takes a piece from the earth. And death follows him.
Yeah, he just wasn't set up. So all you Jakes out there that's looking for this man to be your Lord and Savior, you still looking at Jesus Christ, the so-called white man, the white man to come through. And we know because we've been there. We've been in the world thinking, the government, no, that'll never happen. The government will come through, they'll take care of everything. Our hope and our trust was in the government at one point in time. We all been there. You know what I'm saying? But now we realize that this man was not set up to be righteous, man. Even if he wanted to do good, it's not in the Lord didn't create. This man is a computer program that was designed just to be evil.
The machines.
Yeah, that's it. The Lord clearly programmed this dude to just be evil. So if you dealing with him, and he's a master of deception, so what may look like is for your well-being, for your welfare it's deception behind it. And even if it's not physically hurting you, it's psychologically screwing you over. You feel what I'm saying? That's just the way he is.
You got a precept?
No, what you want to get?
We'll close out on this. 2nd Ezra's chapter 16, I believe verse 68. 68 or 69, and we'll close out on that one. Unless you guys
Yeah, just quick.
Go ahead, get it while he gets that in.
Alright, this is Psalm 46 in verse 6, because we quoted Revelation 12:12. Yeah. Esau is about to rage, he's about to rage quit. You think about playing a game, you got somebody, in the game, whatever it is, it's not going in their favor. They want to throw the console, throw the controller, cut the game off, curse everybody on the game, and that's what Esau's about to do because he's about to lose. Psalm 46 verse 6 says, the heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. So it's going to be a true trading places. Us having nothing be on the bottom, we can be on the top, which we rightfully belong to. That's why those will honor us. Those will be part of the elect and put us on that seat, reign with outshine. We suffer with him. But Esau, he's leading with nothing.
That vessel for dishonor.
Exactly. It says in Luke the 1st chapter, it says he have brought down the mighty from their seat and lifted or exalted them of a low decree. He have filled the hungry with good things and the rich have left empty. So Esau's leaving with nothing. It says all great riches come to naught. Esau's not bringing nothing to the kingdom. He's going to lose everything. He's going into slavery.
He's laid his heritage to waste.
Exactly.
And you have a majority of our people, majority of Israelites, that are also joining hand with the devil. So Esau being that vessel for dishonor, they're gonna be a vessel for dishonor. Yahweh Shai himself said, you of your father the devil, and the will of your father you will do.
Yeah.
And then this is what they're all leading towards, man. They're all following after Daddy E.
Yeah.
Okay?
And you think that he's putting you in the best position.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna get the jab, and then you gonna get the MOTB. Then I was able to keep all my shit. You know, you think you being put in a secure position, but then that's when that wrath gonna come upon you.
Being snared in that evil tongue.
Exactly. You know, which is ultimately the missiles. You know, 2 Ezra 16:69, it says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot."
And that's what's gonna happen, man. Those of you that consent unto the beast and his image and receive his mark, you're gonna be had in derision, man. Which you gonna be, we gonna be talking shit about you. We gonna be laughing at you, and the Most High ultimately is gonna judge you. Okay? Yes.
Yeah, because people don't count consequences. Talks about considering the latter end. You know, yeah, exactly. Count the costs. You know, you don't get the.
And only men do that.
Exactly. That's why this kid's lacking onto a woman.
Yeah.
You know, very, very short-term goals.
Exactly.
You know? They don't think the bigger picture. They're not considering the prophecy. They're not considering, maybe I shouldn't do this because the Lord's watching. Maybe he's about to judge us well. You know, you're just thinking about your life in this present moment, trying to save your life. That's why you're going to lose it. You know, so going into the heathen region, it says, as the ruler is, so are the people. So you niggas about to lose your mind too. You know, like a chicken with your head cut off. But the whole time you had men out here telling you these things, men right around you. We work with you, we live around you, you know. And the Lord, again, because he had compassion, he sent his messengers. The Spirit on these men to raise up, you know, and speak his words and give up their lives to sacrifice for you. And look what you did. You can't even give up eating bacon sandwiches, you know, and the Lord going to deliver you. Hell no, you know.
Yeah, you know, so with that, you know, we want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadosh.
Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and citations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth for diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. With that we say Shalom.
Shalom.